So, the Audi e-tron Sportback. I recently got to spend some time with one. Come on, let's have a look at it. Welcome to the Audi e-tron experience. My local Audi dealership recently got this 2022 e-tron Sportback outfitted with the S-Line package in Glacier White Metallic. I was invited to check it out and spend some time with it, so let's do that now. First thing you need to know is that this is the e-tron Sportback 55 Quattro, meaning dual motors and obviously all-wheel drive. The e-tron was, perhaps a little confusingly, Audi's first electric SUV based on a unique skateboard platform. The 55 Quattro Sportback features two electric motors with a total maximum output of 402 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. In boost mode, it can reach 60 miles per hour in just 5.7 seconds, whereas the range tops out at 444 kilometers on the WLTP cycle, which is a great figure. The Sportback, as you can see, is the coupified version of the regular e-tron, which in itself is very similar to the Q7 in sizing. In the flesh, I can tell you that the e-tron doesn't look like your typical coupe SUV. As a direct side effect, it's nowhere near as ugly as the established competitors. I much prefer to call it a big friendly liftback rather than a coupe SUV in the true sense. To touch more on this particular example, like I said, this rather nice color is called Glacier White Pearl, and it's paired with the S-Line package, which blacks out certain exterior trim elements, as well as adding various S-Line badges and a unique 3-spoke steering wheel. As far as charge times, you can recharge the e-tron's 95 kWh battery pack to about 80% in 35 minutes on a 100 kW charger. Plugging into a 150 kilowatt unit gives you 86 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes, which is great. Let's climb in. One thing I love about Audi is, electric car or not, they don't set aside their interior design philosophy. This is unmistakably an Audi on the inside, and that's a very good thing. There's also a bucket load of technology in here, so let's power up the e-tron and see what it has to offer. Starting up the e-tron wakes up the MMI ensemble. MMI is Audi's name for their infotainment system, which is relayed through two centrally mounted screens. There's been a lot of discussion about the clicky haptics of the system, and after finally sampling it, I can say that the feedback is lovely, and it does feel like a button in its own way. Obviously, it can't replace true buttons, which the Q4 e-tron and e-tron GT seem to agree with, but for what it is, it works. The graphics are sharp, the animations are smooth, and the system is very responsive. The shifter is mounted on this contraption that takes a little getting used to, but once you do, it just comes naturally. Also, when you put the car in drive or reverse, it generates a little sound as it's required to by regulation. Have a listen to this. Other noteworthy items in the front include two USB-C ports for smartphone mirroring, as well as a wireless charger with a little clip to keep your phone secure. The gauge cluster is the familiar Audi virtual cockpit with an energy consumption gauge replacing the tachometer. You can also change what you're looking at on the cockpit via the arrow buttons on the steering wheel. Let's discuss practicality. In all honesty, I was expecting the e-tron Sportback to be a little compromised in the rear seats, but I stand corrected. Even with the driver's seat in my driving position, I am 1.8 meters tall by the way, there was a fantastic amount of legroom thanks to that skateboard platform, and even headroom was very good. The cargo area in the e-tron Sportback is definitely a highlight. Press the tailgate button on the key twice and you're greeted by the massive 615-liter cargo area, which grows to 1,665 liters when you fold the rear seats down. Admittedly, there's less than you get in the regular e-tron, but it's still a massive cargo area. You have to be mindful when loading taller items, but it's a very usable space, and you even get a net on the floor for securing certain items. So that's the Audi e-tron Sportback. In light of the recent reveal of the lovely A6 e-tron Avant, I'm very excited about Audi's upcoming line of EVs. Unfortunately, I could not drive this car, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to in the near future, so I can get a good idea on what we can expect from Audi's upcoming e-tron lineup. From the time I had with it, I can say that this is an excellent electric SUV. Keep it up, Audi. We stan. So that was about it with my first look with the Audi e-tron Sportback, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel. You can find my socials in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.